everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And today, guys, we'll be looking at the Blue Jays potentially signing a lefty bat, maybe even trading for one, or potentially even just looking internally. Before we get into it, though, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. Also, Today Jays is the code for Monkey Knife Fight. Use it. Okay, dude, MLB Trade Rumors came out with an article saying that the management is still hungry. They're still gnawing at the bit for that lefty bat, dude. I feel like they need it. I feel like they're so ready to get one.
Yeah, here's the thing, too, and it's funny, like, Matt Chapman was actually asked about, like, so what do you think about being in a right-handed heavy lineup? He was like, oh, but all the righties are good hitters, so it doesn't matter. That's what we've been saying, but I understand Montoya wants some options, because just having Kevin Biggio is not really the best option for a lefty bat.
Yes, exactly.
So, where are they going to look? Well, apparently Shai Davidi says that the Blue Jays have shown interest in Michael Conforto, Jock Pederson, before they were all signed, Brad Miller, Corey Dickerson. But Michael Conforto is still on the market. Is he an actual option for the Toronto Blue Jays?
Okay, well, I did a little minute monologue about him, like talking about what he could bring to the squad. And do not get me wrong, guys. Michael Conforto could be a solid player. He did have a down year last year. I kind of credit that to just being the Mets metting it up.
Yep.
They were metting it up last year. The entire team was doing bad. I think that Michael Conforto is a quality player. And if you look at like the 4 years prior to last year, he was all-star the entire time, basically. He was very, very good baseball player. The problem with Conforto is two. One, he wants a lot of money.
He does want a lot of money.
He wants a lot of money. And frankly, it's like, I'm not really, like, you're not a staple player in our team. I don't know if I want to be giving you $100 million. So that's number one. Number two is his vaccination status. It's like, he is not vaxxed right now, or like that's been speculated upon.
He's not vaxxed.
He is not vaxxed right now. And that's obviously going to be a little bit of a problem for the Toronto Blue Jays, considering we play in Toronto for half of the season.
Yeah, exactly. So once I heard that he was unvaxxed, like, wow, we can't bring him on. Why would we sign a dude for that much money? Why would he even want to come play for a team where he can't even play half the games?
That's the thing. It's like, basically, coming to the Blue Jays means you have to get vaccinated if you want to play on this squad. That's just what it comes down to.
That's it. And let's, vaccine aside, like, I'd be okay with throwing, like, a prove-it year, like a prove-it, because his career has been up and down, and he just, unfortunately, ended off his contract on a down year. So if he was vaxxed, I'd give him like a 1, maybe a 2-year option just to prove it, maybe load it up.
I do a 2-year, because I will say, I was looking at it, the 4 years from 2017 to 2020, the average was an 865 OPS, very good. Nice. So it's like, I liked that a lot. Obviously last year was nothing, but like, I do like 2 years or something, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure if it's what we need. I don't think it's going to work. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to work, guys. Other options, I know that a lot of you guys have been throwing out Mitch Moreland potentially, and this one's not horrible for me. Now, I do want to kind of stress that we've left the tier of starter. Michael Conforto, he would be a starter on our squad. He is a good player. He pushes Randall Grichuk down. Like, I want Michael Conforto in the lineup every day. Mitch Moreland, I don't necessarily feel those same thoughts, man.
No, and like, it doesn't really work for me, honestly. And he's old, right? He's 36 years old. Like, he's a lefty, like, first baseman, bench bat. It's like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go get to him a little bit later in the video, but I think there's an internal option that won't cost us really anything more. Mitch Moreland doesn't really seem like a realistic choice.
So for me, I'm okay with it. It's like, I'm okay with it because I think he's going to be really cheap. He's had, over the last 3 years, an 801 OPS, surprisingly. Now, granted, this has kind of been like on and off the bench sort of thing. Like, we were not playing like 500 ABs with Mitch Moreland. But that's fine, because you'd do that for me. You would be on and off the bench. So I'm fine throwing a few $1 million at him for 1 year, because I think that's literally, like, that is what it would be, like a few $1 million for 1 year. I don't want him on the team longer than 1 year, though.
No, maybe a 1 year.
And like, and I do want to stress the fact that acquiring Mitch Moreland, I don't think that this is like the rock solid left-handed hitter will fix our lineup and bring us to the World Series.
No, he might be a DH, bro.
Yeah, like, it's literally a bench bat who just happens to bat left. Yeah, so literally. That's Mitch Moreland, guys.
Literally. There's some other guys that are also options on the free agent market. There's also Brett Gardner, who's the lifetime Yankee. I know that's uncomfortable. 38 years old. Yeah. He's a good, like, quality hitter for his age. I just don't see that actually happening. It doesn't feel right.
I don't think, no. I think Mitch Moreland is much more in the realm of possible. And, and actually Mitch Moreland's got a little bit more eligibility than Brett Gardner.
True.
Like, he could play play first, so
That's
like
true.
Vladdy gets hurt or some shit. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And then there's also Joe Panic out there. Maybe he wants to reunite with the team. You never know.
I was also looking at Jed Lowry as well. He's old, guys. Kind of similar situation as Mitch Moreland. Like, he's been decent over the last, like, 3 or 4 years, like 777 OPS. So, like, actually okay. Lots of versatility, like first, second, third, shortstop, like literally everywhere. Once again, though, we are looking at a dude who is very old. He's not going to be the powerhouse that we're all thinking of. He will maybe come off the bench for, like, 80 games or something like that. And, like, he's going to be a slot-in, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, those are all fine options if you want to give Montoya some options. However, there is one guy I'm going to throw it up there because the rumors are all over the place, and we're going to be talking about this guy all season long. It's Jose Ramirez, switch hitter, right? Not, you know, he can switch, he can bat left, he can bat right, but this is an option that, you know, this guy wouldn't be coming off the bench. He'd be starting every single day,
and he is by far, far and away the best option, like a tier ahead of Conforto and multiple tiers ahead of everybody else that we brought up, right? This is a dude who could realistically bat second or third or fourth on our team. Like, he is a rock solid player. He will contribute in all facets, and this is the monster left-handed hitter that I think we've all been thinking about. That's going to change our team and scare pitchers away from us, right? Like that is it would change the whole dynamic of how we play the whole game and our lineup and everything. However, you got to factor in we got to pay a lot of prospects, maybe even Manoah.
Yeah, exactly. The price is way too high on him right now, so I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Maybe trade deadline, maybe.
Potentially. We'll have to see how the team's doing, how the Guardians are doing as well. But it's like definitely be looking out for Jose Ramirez. And then you also had an internal option. So if we do not sign a free agent, we don't go out and we get a Mitch Moreland or a Jed Lowry, like kind of a bench bat. You were looking at potentially
Greg Bird, guys. Greg Bird is actually having a nice spring. 4 games, granted. It's 4 games of spring training baseball, so it's not a whole lot to say anything. But if he continues playing the way he's playing, he's hitting well over 500 right now. So if he continues the way he's playing, it's like, well, there's a lefty that could also like get Vladdy a day off his feet rather than throw the Lord over there or Kevin Biggio. Like, throw someone who's played first before with some prospect potential. He was a prospect back in the day. A little bit older. I think he's 29 right now.
Yes, he's 29
It's like, okay, there you go. Now you maybe have potential to bounce back, stay healthy, come off the bench. It's internal, and that's why I kind of preferred him a little bit more than Mitch Moreland. It's like we don't have to spend any more or take up a space on the roster. He's right there.
I will say, like, Greg Bird is very far from a sure thing, though, folks. Like, his career has been one roller coaster of injury. He had, like, one good small year, like, 8 years ago or some shit. Like, so long ago. So Greg Bird could very easily totally flop. We could even see him in the minors. But, I mean, if he does want to be good at baseball, then absolutely. And, like, he could turn into the new Corey Dickerson for us, potentially.
Dude,
like,
he could be the new Rowdy Tellez.
Maybe.
For literally a lefty first baseman comes off the bench who's got pop. And if he keeps playing this way, he's going to force himself onto the opening game roster.
Exactly. But I do think, guys, like, kind of the moral of this entire video, the thesis, even though the management is still out there, we are still looking at left-handed hitters. I don't think that we are going to get a top-tier guy that you guys are thinking of. I think that our team is going to be predominantly right-handed batter heavy. And, I mean, even if Greg Bird wants to be a dude, like, I don't think that other pitchers are going to be like, oh my God, Greg Bird, like, we got to plan accordingly to this. Like, they're going to be planning for Vlad and Bo and, you know, all those other guys. Like, we're not a left-handed hitting team.
And it's not a problem at all, guys. Like, have you ever seen a game where, like, we face a righty and you're like, oh no, the righty's going to get a right-handed hitting lineup right now? It's like, no. And it's like, a lefty comes in. When the lefties come in, it's like, now we remove all our lefties, which is not hard. It's literally Biggio, so it's like Espinal will be in. Like, I think this is not going to be anything we need to worry about at all throughout the season. I guarantee we're just going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, literally, if we were getting annihilated by righties, okay, we need to address this immediately, but, like, we have Guerrero, guys.
Like, literally, we have elites.
Yeah,
come on.
We have elite
we have elite hitters.
But comment down below what you think about all this. Is there a guy that we did not mention who you think the Toronto Blue Jays should sign? Please let us know in the comments. Also, hit the like and subscribe button. And, dudes, $3 a month, become a Patreon member. Big shout out and thank you to every single one of our current Patreon members. You guys are awesome.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. And go Jays, go!